Creamers.
Creamers.
It's me, Hot Joe, and I'm joined with my co-host, Sam Dad.
There's a chance we can make it now. We'll be rocking till the sun goes down.
And we're going to talk to Turkey, like Ted Turner, about some professional wrestling.
You know, usually you only shoot yourself in the head once.
We're going to book WrestleMania using only gimmick matches. What's the John Cena quote of the week? Our match count for 2025, the year of our lives. We're going to take a question that we received via email. And as always, we're going to leave a little room for Graham. All that on this episode of Wrestle. So have you watched any wrestling last week?
I watched a little bit.
A little bit.
I went back to the TNA pay-per-view kick.
Ooh.
So I watched 2 of those.
Nice.
And it's still, now I feel like it's a mission to get through it all. Because most of it really isn't good. The X Division stuff,
yeah,
pretty good. Besides that, not a ton.
That's how I felt about Nitro. Because I'm like a... Like I care about the in-ring matches a lot, and like there's a couple good matches here and there, but for the most part, everything is just like interesting because of the storylines, and that's not what
I'm
like.
the opposite.
Word?
Well, I don't want to say I'm the opposite totally, but I like the storyline.
Yeah, like I don't
as
not
much,
like stories,
if not a little bit more though.
But the matches,
I think I'm more into the storyline.
Yeah,
I'll take a storyline with like a not bad, but like not up to expectations match. If the storyline was really cool, where I think you would be like, all right, I'll take a run-of-the-mill storyline with a great match at the end.
Like I do need there to be some kind of stakes.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise I'm not really going to be like invested. Like if it's Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And I mean, when it was like a Forbidden Door type of thing, I felt like there were stakes. And also there's like a pride between them. So that maybe that one's not good. But like, you know,
there's like that. That's like a built-in storyline for those two, but I get what you're going for.
My match of the year last year was Takeshita versus Will Ospreay, and that match had like a week of story build, and that was just that they're both in the Don Callis family, and they're just doing like a friendly little match just to get Will Ospreay acquainted, and that was my favorite match. So, what does that tell you?
That you like wrestling matches?
Yeah, man, I love them.
You like the wrestling. Yeah. I like the pro.
Entertainment. Oh shit! Yeah, you do like the pro. I remember people told me you were pro.
I'm pro.
I can appreciate that about you.
Anti-pro. No.
You really grew up. You've really grown into yourself. And
hey, people change.
A lot of people appreciate that.
Things change.
Sammy Daddy.
But yeah, so I watched that, and I watched Raw yesterday.
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
Monday Night
Raw
Raw
before WrestleMania. It was all right.
Yeah, I heard it was all right.
Wasn't, I don't know. It might just be me, but it wasn't. Nothing was bad. But it didn't, I don't know. I'm excited for WrestleMania because it's WrestleMania, but that didn't make me more excited for WrestleMania.
I hear you. I think that AEW's Go Home show before the last pay-per-view was that way too, where I was like, didn't really make... it was going to be hard because there was nothing really... It wasn't a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, and if you weren't going to... Like, WrestleMania is a different level, obviously, but like, nothing about that made me be like, it's more exciting than it was the day before or last week or whatever. So we'll see. Maybe SmackDown will be really wild.
I got my fingers crossed. I watched Dynamite.
Yeah. Okay.
And I watched Collision.
Okay.
And that's it.
Oh, I'm going to make up a little bit of ground, I think, but you're still...
You probably are too, because I'm not going to be watching at least Saturday's WrestleMania.
You're not?
No, I'm going to be at a concert.
Oh, who are you going to see?
Joywave. You ever heard of them?
No, is that a man or is that a song?
It's a band. There is a man in the band. Actually, there's like more than one, if you could believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they do?
One of the guys does a guitar, and then the other guy does the drums, and then there's kind of probably the synth. It's like a kind of hipstery music, I think.
Oh, it's all hipstery music.
I'm into them.
Well, good. You're gonna miss a wild night of wrestling, maybe.
I mean, I'm going to miss the biggest main event in the history of WrestleMania, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns with no stipulation or anything to be earned. It's really cool that that's the main event.
Just wait.
That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay. Then I'll tell you about it. I'll text you.
Yeah, I'll see clips. Do you think Jeff Cobb is going to debut in WrestleMania?
I don't know. They're losing everybody. I saw 3 different posts from New Japan Pro
I
Wrestling.
know they lost Naito.
Jeff Cobb, Naito, and
I can't see Naito going to I don't think he's going to AEW.
Bushi?
Bushi, yeah, he's like a luchador.
Yeah, they lost
Japanese
those 3. So I don't know. Well, I think there's Randy Orton was supposed to fight Kevin Owens.
Actually, by the way, Bushi was also in Los Ingobernables de Japan. So that's 2 people leaving the group, the leader and another guy.
And they're in, who's the leader? Roosh?
Well, I mean, in the regular one.
He's in the other one.
Yeah. But in de Japan,
but they can get together.
They won't do it, though.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They refuse.
Well, I get it. What was I going to say? Oh, Randy Orton was supposed to fight Kevin Owens. Did you see this?
And Kevin Owens is hurt. Do you think it's going to be Rusev or do you think it's going to be Aleister Black?
I want it to be. I would take either one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even seen them saying Nick Aldis, which makes a little bit of sense.
It would be pretty cool to see him.
He RKO'd him and give him a WrestleMania moment. I don't know, but it's weird because I feel like with Nick Aldis, he's there.
Yeah.
So there should be a little bit of build. Obviously, the Kevin Owens thing happened last minute, but you would think they would announce it to at least maybe, I don't know, not announce it the day before.
Yeah.
But I think my original, what I want was Rusev.
Yeah.
But Aleister Black would be cool too.
Yeah, I think it would be cool either way, and it's going to be one of those guys. But it could be.
I think
if it was Nick Aldis, that would be very interesting because at this past year's All In, a retired British pro wrestler made a surprise return in the ring as Nigel McGuinness, and then at WrestleMania we might get the same thing.
What a year to be an old English wrestler.
Those are
last year.
Right.
Word, not calendar year, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, wrestling. I'm excited.
Good. I'm good. I'm excited.
Wrestling is good.
The other day I was walking up the stairs and I saw this bloke that I see all the time, but this time he was wearing a Yeet shirt.
Oh.
And I says, nice shirt. And he says, he was taking out garbage. And he was like, are you excited for Mania? And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, he didn't say anything, actually. He just kept walking. And then I kept walking. And then I was like, I'm so stupid. I should have told him about the podcast because people like listening to podcasts with people who live in the same apartment building as them. It's just a scientific fact.
Algorithms. The algorithm pushes it. They go, oh, they're on the same Wi-Fi.
Right. Exactly.
That's probably the guy's the Wi-Fi you steal is probably that guy.
When I got upstairs, I thought Sammy Daddy would have said something because he's the smarter businessman of this organization.
Well, do you know what would have happened is I would have walked by and he would have went, is that Sammy Daddy? I would have said, yes, it is. I don't hear anything.
Is that Sammy Daddy?
You heard that one?
I did hear that.
Nice.
Hi, Joe.
Yep.
Shoot. Fucking shoot.
Yep.
It's weird. Which one's working? Which one's
That's funny. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, but we're not in the same room like normal.
Yeah. A lot of the creamers at home probably are thinking that we're in the same room as we were 2 weeks ago, but this past show and then this show, we are not.
It's called work from home.
Yeah.
Grow up.
We're sort of like the Young Bucks in that aspect.
Yeah. I say
and
it all
then
the
next
time.
week we'll return.
Maybe.
So what do you want to do this WrestleMania game?
Yeah, I'd love to. We got the information from the same place. Do you remember where we got our information from last week?
A guy called Darren.
Darren's win-loss
at what's it called?
WordPress.com /WM/
for WrestleMania.
But he has other stuff up there. I was kind of digging through it a little more. I think he updates it weekly. Like LA Knight is the most winningest wrestler.
Really?
In WWE this year.
That's interesting.
I don't know if it's just TV or I'm assuming it is, but it could be dark matches and live shows, whatever.
Good for him.
Interesting read.
Yeah.
Go check out the biography section.
Okay. Maybe we should just do a show where we read the biography section.
Thought about it. Right. Anyway.
We'll put the link in the description like we did last week.
Yeah. So from Darren's insane amount of research and note taking and all that, we looked through all the matches and match stipulations that have happened at WrestleMania in the past, and we found that there was 18 match stipulations that only happened one time. Some would say for the better, but some of them I was surprised that they only happened once.
Yeah.
And what Hot Joe and I are going to do is we each selected.
Hot Joe.
Yep. We each selected 3 different matches. We're going to take the person that won that match that actually did happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And put them up against I don't want to say it's a dream match, but we're trying to put them up against an opponent that would be good for that match stipulation and that.
Yeah.
And that person. So.
And they don't have to be exclusively WWE wrestlers.
No, it could be anybody. It's WrestleMania where dreams come true.
No, I could have made my opponent, like the opponent, Johnny Knoxville, for every match.
Technically, yes. Yeah, because this isn't like last week. This isn't like a card. This is just
Just 3 little ideas.
Stupid matches we came up with.
Yes. So would you like to go first?
I'd love to. I do need your help a little bit, though.
Okay.
Because I don't have the full extent of the storyline for all of these.
Okay.
But so, I'm going to start with the Firefly Funhouse match.
Okay.
You're familiar?
Oh, yeah.
I loved it.
That was the John Cena one, right?
John Cena and Bray Wyatt. I really I like cinematic matches for the most part, if they're good.
Yeah, they're cool. Well, especially during COVID.
Well, yeah. Even like the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
I was going to pick this or the Boneyard match, but I thought this played into it a little more. So I had 2 choices, and I want to see what you think. It's going to be Bray Wyatt, since he won the Firefly Funhouse match.
Makes sense.
And I thought, all right, the whole point of that match was to go through John Cena's career and show all the what ifs or if things happen differently or whatever. So you need somebody with a long career.
Yeah.
And not just the same thing over and over again. So I thought a good opponent for him would be Charles Wright, a.k.a. the Godfather, a.k.a. the Good Father, a.k.a. Papa Shango, a.k.a. Kama Mustafa.
It's funny that you're bringing him up because we just used him as an example last week.
Did we?
Yeah. I don't remember for what.
No, I don't remember either, but we did.
We definitely talked about the little guy.
The different gimmicks, maybe?
I think, it was the gimmicks that we were talking about.
We did reference him, though. But I thought that'd be a good one, and Bray Wyatt could do a lot of different things with a different character.
Oh, yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
So I think I'd like to go that way.
Okay, that's a great idea.
I don't know what would make them feud, though.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's see.
Unless Bray Wyatt...
What if Sister Abigail became a hoe? And Bray Wyatt is like, no.
She already was a hoe. That's a hoe for show.
You tell him.
I did. All right. No, you sold me.
Cool.
The other person I thought was Chris Jericho.
That would be cool.
Just because of the longevity of his career.
He's had he gets a new gimmick every 6 months.
Right. And he could but my official fantasy Firefly Funhouse match, it would be Bray Wyatt and Charles Wright.
Okay. I think that would be the best choice too. I like it. Who do you think who would you have win?
Oh, I think Bray Wyatt would win again.
Okay, I agree.
I think the head games, I think Charles Papa Shango would go in there and he would have a buzz going.
Yeah.
Because he lets it be known.
That's true.
He lights up fatties for this pimp daddy. So
yeah,
he'd go in there a little buzzed and Bray Wyatt would just play games with his head.
That's smart. That's good thinking.
Yeah, so that's how it's going to be.
Oh yeah, man.
All right, so give me one of yours.
All right, the first one I've got here, the cat fight. Terry Runnels, the Miss Kitty, the cat, versus Alley Catch, bringing back her Alley Cat gimmick.
It's Alley Catch as Alley Cat versus Terry.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Because
Terry was not Miss Kitty. Terry beat Miss Kitty.
Yeah.
And this gimmick match is to have Alley Catch get revenge for Miss Kitty and avenge her and defeat Terry Runnels.
I like that a lot.
Yes. Thank you.
That's a really good choice.
Thanks, man.
Who wins?
Alley Catch.
I agree. Well, I can't say I agree. It's your match. You get to pick, but
yeah, it's a squash match. And then after the match, she fucking pisses on her, dude.
Like a cat?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's WrestleMania.
That's WrestleMania. That's WrestleMania material for sure. That's a WrestleMania moment.
Hey, listen, I know neither of us picked this, but two of these one-time matches are a Playboy evening gown match and a Playboy pillow fight. So as far as I'm concerned, that's on brand.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of pissing in that one too, especially if JR's on commentary.
Oh my God.
What's your second match?
I'm gonna go with the dumpster match. Originally, we're kicking out the New Age Outlaws because they lost.
Okay.
It's Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack. So I thought at first, since this is fantasy, I'm going to have Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack fight Terry Funk and Mankind.
Whoa.
But that's not possible.
Yeah.
And this is
still
clearly grounded. Cool. We're grounded in reality on the show.
Right on.
So I'm not going to pretend like I know the history of this tag team thoroughly, but I know enough to know that they would have a good dumpster match with those two. I'm picking the Briscoe brothers.
That would be really cool. That's a good idea.
I tried to think of something hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's a tag team that's hardcore? I didn't want to just throw two people together.
Right.
And they were the first team to come to mind.
I love that.
I don't have a story though, but I don't think you need a story.
No, I don't think you do either. I mean,
the Briscoe brothers are hanging out in a dumpster, and Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack throw something away in the dumpster, and it hits the Briscoe brothers.
A chicken.
Yeah,
because they have the chicken farm.
Don't like that. Yeah, what you doing wasting this chicken?
Right. Whoa, boy, why'd you do that? And that starts it.
And I think
there should be chickens involved in this match. Actually, no, there shouldn't.
They can be there. They're not involved, but like,
yeah, I don't want to put them in harm's way.
No, none of them would hurt a chicken.
Well, the Briscoe brothers do, I think, hurt the chickens.
They
have a chicken farm. I don't know what they do after them. That's true.
No, I don't know. I don't know either. But I think if that was to happen, the Briscoes would take it.
I think so too. They're an actual tag team. They know each other. Yeah. I mean, not that Terry Funk and Foley don't know each other, but
they know each other, but they were rivals as much as they were.
Very true. But so was Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
But I think that them being brothers is what puts them over the line.
I agree. I concur. That's who I have.
Slaps. My next match is the flag match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is whomever removes their opponent's flag from their corner turnbuckle and raises it wins. Corporal Kirshner versus Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
Ali has the upper hand at first, but Kirshner isn't playing fair. The ref is bumped, but Ali doesn't see it. He grabs the American flag and holds it up, but because the referee is down, it doesn't count. Kirshner low blows Ali and puts the American flag back up. Ali gets up and takes down Kirshner and pulls the American flag down, raises it, and this time the referee does see it. Mustafa Ali holds up both the Pakistani flag and the American flag, and he gets on the mic and he says, "I'm from Chicago."
Nice. That's a good ending.
Thanks.
I like that. I wasn't sure who you were going to go with on that one, but it works.
Yeah,
I was looking up Corporal Kirchner.
He's got a lot of shoot interviews.
Yeah, I remember seeing something interesting, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I didn't know he was Leatherface. He was Leatherface?
Was he? I didn't realize this. He was a handsome
Super
guy.
Leatherface? Yeah, he was.
They shouldn't have put leather over that face.
He stole
I'd take him to town and turn him upside down, if you know what I mean.
I think he's dead.
I'd tip him over and pour him out. Catch my drift.
No, I am, but I still think he's dead.
Yeah, I think he's dead. Rest in peace.
Maybe. He might have not been. Oh, that was what I saw. Is he did some sort of hardcore match in Japan. And they say he went, and he went off script and he ripped a piece of like board with like nails on it and put it on somebody's neck and power bombed him on it.
Jesus.
Yeah. I looked it up, but
I had no idea.
Yeah, so he might be a piece of shit. I don't know.
Well, fuck.
Well, it's too late. You already did.
Well, we know he's... Oh, you're right. Damn it, man. Well, at least I had him lose this match.
Yeah, good point. So everything's fine then.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now, what's your final match of
my final
WrestleMania with all gimmick matches?
It's a famous example, I think. Maybe not for good reasons, but a blindfold match.
Yes.
Originally with Jake the Snake Roberts and the model Rick Martel. Jake the Snake won that one. Did you ever see the thing where he like puts his hand in the mask and you could see that it's not a blindfold, like it's like mesh.
I've actually never seen that.
No, he like
No.
I don't know if he puts his hand in to adjust or something, and you can see not clearly, but you can see like, oh, he can kind of see through there.
That's funny. No, I never saw that actually.
But that's another one that was like 6 months of build, which I'm like, all right, that's cool. I think we're getting back to that a little bit in wrestling.
Yeah, which is good.
I'm a fan of it. So I wasn't sure. I thought, who could pull off such a ridiculous gimmick match? Who could do this? And I thought it should be Jake the Snake versus Orange Cassidy.
Wow, that's cool. I did not expect it to be Orange Cassidy. I kind of thought it was going to be Penta.
Oh, that's a good choice too.
But I see why you went with Orange Cassidy. He could wrestle with his hands behind his back.
Because he does the hands in the pockets,
Yeah.
and I just thought it could work for his thing, like whatever. And
Yeah.
the only thing I came up with was, for the original one, the model sprayed his arrogance perfume, and it got in Jake's eye, and it made him go blind in the one eye. So
Okay.
I'm sure there was some eye for an eye references made by Jake the Snake.
Probably was. That's right up his alley.
So I thought we're gonna kind of revisit history here. Orange Cassidy has a sponsorship with what are those things, like the orange that you put the orange on to get the juice, like
A
to
juicer?
get all the, is it a juicer where like you
Yeah.
put the orange on the top and you squeeze it or whatever?
It's a juicer, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, he's got a deal with a juicer
Nice.
because of the orange thing, freshly squeezed, all that. And they're shooting a promo backstage, and this could happen in AEW, so listen up, cons. And he's doing the thing, and some of the juice sprays in Jake the Snake's eye.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
He doesn't like that.
It would hurt getting orange
And
juice in your eyes.
and he wears that white contact again because that looked cool.
That would be ill. That's a cool idea. I like that. And also, I think what would be cool is if Orange Cassidy has the blindfold, because that's what it is. They're both blindfolded, right?
They have like it's almost like an
Like a
executioner
stack-
mask.
Okay.
Yeah, but
But then Orange Cassidy still puts the sunglasses on over it.
yeah. I figured it plays right into it. Like
There's so much fun to be had.
you can't really. Who else could play into it as well as him?
Right. That's a great idea. I think
the sunglasses.
you
So
hit the
he's
nail
blind.
you hit the nail on that.
Oh, good. Thanks. That was the one I was confident was good. I don't know who I guess I'm going to say Jake the Snake Roberts is the heel in this made up storyline, and
Yeah.
he's going to cheat.
Right on. And
He's
so
going to pick up the
Yeah.
hood and peek, and then
that sounds like him. And I think I think it'd be better if he won anyway.
well, that's my main event of this event. What's yours?
Mine is loser must bow.
Yes.
Harley Race versus Prince Devitt. And
Really?
Devitt wins, and Harley Race bows and gives Devitt his crown, and Prince Devitt becomes King Devitt.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. We've been waiting for this.
He was just a boy, but now he's a gosh darn man.
Proud of you, Prince.
Yeah, we are. But we really are.
The wrestler formerly known as Prince,
Yes. Oh,
because now he's a king.
look at him go.
The prince that became a king.
So what did you think
That's
of
how
our
it works.
matches, Creamers?
Yeah.
Comment below. Tell us which one's the best one. Tell us who you would pick as one of the opponents for one of these goddamn gimmick matches.
I'm gonna throw a couple more out there just in case you want to. There's I Quit match was only one time.
Sure, which is crazy.
Iron Man match has only been one time, which I thought was crazy, but I kind of get it because it eats up so much time.
Right.
What was the other one? Submission match, the match that's going into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Bret Hart and Stone Cold. Casket match. Figured there'd be another one of those.
Would think.
And there's more, but I'm not reading anymore. Oh, sumo match. Almost picked sumo match.
So, Sammy Daddy.
Yes.
Joe. Is that Sammy Daddy?
Yes, it is.
What is the John Cena quote of the week?
Well, this week's John Cena quote of the week: if someone takes a chance on you, prove them right. Give your all and seize the opportunity at hand. Know that you are working towards something greater than yourself.
Wow, John Cena's really got a hold on those words.
Yeah,
You know what I
way
mean?
with words, doesn't he?
Sure does.
Other people's words, but whatever.
John Cena. So, Sammy Daddy, what's
Yes,
your
sir.
match count for 2025, the year of our lives?
My official match count for today is 259 matches.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really watched a bunch.
Those pay-per-views help. They're not great, and there's a lot of short matches, but
yeah. Hey, that counts.
I told you I'm catching up, but I think your number is going to be pretty good. What do you got?
I got 277.
Oh.
Not too far away from you. What was your match of the week?
Again, I'm not going to pick a match that was like the greatest wrestling match of all time, and there were shenanigans at the end and stuff,
Sure.
but I never saw it before. Ron the Truth Killings beating Ken Shamrock for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, yeah, man. I remember that.
I knew it happened, but it was cool to see it and to see our truth back then, because I didn't get to experience a ton of that.
Oh, yeah. What do you think? Isn't it weird?
I really am enjoying.
Serious?
I mean, I'm enjoying him.
He's a really good wrestler.
He's a good performer all around.
Yeah,
his acting, because you're not going to believe this. He's really not stupid like he is on TV.
Yeah, that's just a character he plays. He's actually not a stupid boy at all.
But he is. It's one of those roles where, looking back on it, you're like, well, he's the bad guy, but he's making good points.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So I've really enjoyed, for the most, like, they had him wrestling like NASCAR guys the first or second pay-per-view or something. But
oh, really?
Besides that, like, I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, man.
It makes me like him even more, because I'm just used to either rapping good guy, or even when he was the bad guy for the little bit, that was cool. And now the silly guy that he's been for however many years, but he's a legend.
For sure. No doubt about it.
So mine's a little bit older. What's yours, man?
I like that one. Mine was from Collision. It was Billy Starks versus Jamie Hayter in the Owen Hart Cup. I thought Billy Starks was going to win the entire thing, and she lost.
Okay, so that's probably a bad choice now.
The match was good, but I was sad to see her lose, because I really wanted her to win the whole thing.
Jamie Hayter's
Billy Starks'
cool.
boy. Yeah, I like Jamie Hayter, but I feel like the story made sense for it to be Billy Starks, because she's been like feuding with Mercedes, sort of, and like they're in the same orbit.
Isn't she feuding with Athena?
She's like a friend with her.
Oh, well, okay.
I think. Actually, I might be wrong about that.
Well, I thought they would fight.
I don't watch her.
But I don't know the bracket. Neither does anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
No offense. Love what you guys are doing.
Yeah, good job, gals. Yeah, but we love that wrestling you do.
But yeah, so we got a big. If I get a pay-per-view or two in of TNA, plus there's the NXT Stand and Deliver on Saturday, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday. Yeah, I might make up some ground on you.
You might, because I'm only going to watch Dynamite. I probably won't even watch College, and then I'm also.
Well, you're busy. You'll be at a concert.
Exactly.
And you have to watch WrestleMania Night 2.
The law.
I'll be there. I won't. I won't be there.
No, but we wish you were, on behalf of Wrestle Cream.
Maybe next year.
So we have an email. A fan emailed the question in at Hot Joe.
Yeah.
At WrestleCream.com.
Mm-hmm.
The question is from Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor.
Trevor would like to know, what's your perfect Sunday?
Me?
You can answer it first, but we're both going to answer it.
Vanilla. Maybe a little banana, cherries.
Nice.
Some chocolate on top. What was the question?
No, you answered it perfect.
Okay.
My perfect Sunday would be probably like an almond or oat-based ice cream. Dark chocolate, because there's no milk in it. Nuts. Fucking coconut
shavings,
whipped cream.
Oh,
and shavings. Put them on there. Fuck it.
That's a lot of coconut.
A fucking chalky syrup.
Mm-hmm.
And a cherry on top. A cherry on top.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
How did he spell Sunday in that email?
He spelled it Sunday, but I think
he didn't even spell it right.
I think we answered it the right way, and he made a big, huge mistake. And Darren,
it's not how it's spelled.
Trevor, we don't wish you the best, as far as I'm concerned.
I say Trevor. No. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the Daily Show.
Yeah. Formerly of the Daily Show.
Do you have a room for cream?
Oh yeah, Roman numerals. I thought it was appropriate for WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think as adults, and my wife would disagree, but I think as adults we should be able to you should be able to read Roman numerals.
It's not hard.
It's not that hard.
No. Maybe because of wrestling, that's how we.
When you get into like the C, because I think that's 100, right?
Yes.
Once you get up there, it gets confusing. But anything, if it's an X, a V, an I, or an L, you should be able to handle it.
I feel like if you just think of the C and that it stands for century, then that kind of makes it not hard anymore to figure
like the
out.
Fall Out Boy song, right?
Just like the Fall Out Boys. A lot of Roman culture in general is based on Fall Out Boy.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that though.
Yeah, my room for cream.
Yes, sir.
Pro Wrestling Tees broke my heart. Okay?
What? Why?
Last year I went to fucking Windy City Riot, the New Japan show, and I wanted to visit Pro Wrestling Tees store, and they were not open. They're only open sometimes. So I called, I asked them if they're open. I emailed them, and they weren't open. I was like, but there's a show in Chicago. Come on. They were not going to be open. Then Windy City Riot was there again, obviously in Chicago this year. And I go on Instagram and I see Pro Wrestling Tees store was open this time.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Those sons of bitches. I mean, dude, come on. Last year had John Moxley in the main event and Jack Perry's first match after they showed the footage of that fight. Obviously, that was the better show.
I imagine that show was bigger.
It was. So my heart is broken by Pro Wrestling Tees, and I may never forgive them.
That's fine.
Well, that's all the time we've got for tonight, Creamers.
Creamer.
We love you.
And we wish you
the best.
The best.
These people online are so rude. They write whatever they want. They don't care about anything. You know, I should kick everybody on the internet's ass.
Oh, that's like 1 billion people. You better start making a list.
A list? Really, Michelle? Grow up.